Welcome back to the Division 2. In this video we are doing a recap of State of the Game, and a lot of players are probably never going to come back to this game again, or they will leave the game for months and months because of one thing that they mentioned that's it's just they don't know how to balance the game. Me truthfully speaking, they don't have a clue what to do with their own game. So the main notes I've taken, the initial fix was for the 20th of March for the damage glitch, and they failed to fix it properly, so it was still in the game, and I know players used it, they took advantage of the glitch. But at the same time, the developers still couldn't get a fix out for it properly, so it's their fault it's in the game in the first place. So players, they should have taken different measures. It shouldn't be a 2-week rollback, 100%. You should not be getting rolled back, especially 2 weeks. Because not only does it affect all of the legit loot players have got, because the damage glitch hasn't been available for the entire 2 weeks, but what's going to happen to your premium credits, your seasonal content stuff, if you've done Polarity Switch, you got your exotic cash, and they've rolled back all of your progress, you're going to lose that stuff more than likely, and there's going to be no way to obtain that. And when they say, oh yeah, Season 1 was free to play, no it wasn't, because if they didn't give us Season 1 for free, if they made us pay for it, the expansion probably would have cost 15, 20 quid. They would not have charged £25 for Warlords of New York if Season 1 wasn't free. It's all part of marketing and stuff to, they give you it for free, they entice players to come play the game, but realistically, we are still paying for that stuff. And not only that, if they are rolling back your progress of seasonal content, whether you've paid or not, that is eventually going to be an actual paid product. You're going to have to separately pay for the seasonal content. So if they are doing that, then that's not fair. And credits as well, that's a paid thing. That's completely separate to anything in the game as well. So I'm really hoping they've done something right for once and not touched the premium credits or any of the seasonal content. They won't say how they've detected players that were using the exploit, but they are incredibly confident their systems have picked the right people. Now that is straight up wrong. That's just a lie. And obviously they're going to try and cover their own backs. There's something I want to talk about at the end of the video, which is incredibly important to the player base, but we will get into it at the end. The reason they're not saying how they detected the players is because apparently players will use that to bypass being caught, so they'll just carry on cheating because they know they won't get caught. I think they're not actually saying how they detected players because they haven't used anything that's... I believe they've literally just thrown everyone into a hat and just picked out random players and go ban, 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 not ban, ban. They've put us through an RNG system because I used the glitch. I promoted the glitch through YouTube. I got a lot of views on my video for the glitch and promoting it. And I also did a separate video, not showing how to do the glitch, but showing that I hit one boss of 400 million with one shot. And they didn't touch my account. And if you look at the leaderboards in-game, I'm not going to go through the leaderboards because you'll see a load of other names, and I'm not going to do anything like that and say, oh, this player should be banned, that player should be banned. But there are teams, anyone that's been banned, their times have been removed off the leaderboards. So for my raid run, where I completed it in 16 minutes 20 using the glitch, that is still on there for everyone to see on the leaderboards because I didn't get banned. They haven't done anything to fully reset the leaderboards. They haven't taken, they haven't looked at players' accounts and seen who's actually been doing it legit and who hasn't and all this sort of stuff. Because if you look at my damage numbers for the time I was using the glitch, fuck me, I was hitting for billions and billions, probably trillions of damage. It was ridiculous how much we were outputting. And they've also said that if you think you've been banned unfairly, this system's obviously going to be abused, you can tell that from the get-go, but if you think you've been banned unfairly, you can let them know through Ubisoft support, they'll look through your account, and they will unban you, or something along the lines of that. They are also, because players are saying that more than 50% of the player base have been banned, they're claiming it was nowhere near 50% of the player base that has been banned, and that is spot on. I've seen a lot of polls on the internet, and 60% plus on each of these polls are saying they haven't been banned. So there are a small amount of players, probably within the thousands, but it's only a small amount of players that have actually been banned for it. They've been very picky with, I would say picky. You can't say picky. They've just banned random players. There are people telling me they haven't touched the game for 80 days. They've logged on to see what's happening and they've been banned. 80 days of not playing. They wouldn't know that the damage glitch exists. People that are matchmaking, the reason I made my bit of merch is because people matchmaking, getting put into teams of like players using the damage glitch, and they're being banned for it. They didn't use the damage glitch themselves. They can't help who the game matches them with when they're searching for a team to run a mission with. But moving on from all of that, I believe they need to change the day of the maintenance from Tuesday, because Tuesday is the day they do most of their resets. Obviously the raids Thursdays. But on a Tuesday, they reset all of the seasonal content. It's available to play for like half an hour and then the servers go down. And I've had some people saying, but they need to do the maintenance in order for the seasonal content to work. So you saying that doesn't make sense. So how comes half an hour before the servers go down, the seasonal content works perfectly? It literally just does a server-side update. It's done instantly. You don't even know it's done. Just as soon as it hits that time, exactly how targeted loot works. Say it's 7 AM when it gets reset. If you're on at 6:59, you're running a mission and say it's rifles. If you literally go back to the start of the mission the next minute and you have a look, the targeted loot would have changed. That exact same thing happens with the seasonal content. It's updated instantly. There is no maintenance required to get that stuff to work. It's all done server side and you won't even know about it. The 3-hour maintenance is for bug fixes and performance stability issues and all the rest of the shit that they're claiming they're doing when they're not actually doing most of it. And we'll get into that a little bit later on as well. They keep saying that they can't get everything done quick when they're at home because of the quarantine that's currently going on. So there is no set date for TU 8.5, but it should be, they said that it might be next Tuesday, which is when they normally release all of their new stuff, but they don't have a set date. And apparently that's because they're all stuck at home, but they are fine to dish out bans. They can edit their code of conduct and they can fix the damage glitches within the 24 hours. So they can get things done quickly. They just prioritize what to do, when to do it, and they do it all in the wrong order. This bit is going to piss off a lot of players, and I know players, whether you've been banned or not, I know players are leaving this game, and there's a lot of them because of what the devs are doing, how badly they are executing everything within this game. Hollow Man, the M1A, Contractor's Gloves, and the Fox's Prayer knee pads are all being nerfed because they're obviously overpowered. It's literally the only thing people are running. But players are only running that stuff because of one reason, and that's because the game is so out of balance. Nothing else is that viable to run missions. So what they should have done is put the time and effort in and brought everything up to the base values, similar values to that stuff that's being nerfed. So the M1A, bring all the other weapons up to fill the same sort of damage. You've got to remember we're playing PvE. You're supposed to be able to feel powerful and have fun on your game. The devs have never wanted us to feel powerful in this game, and they've stated that themselves. They've made that very clear. They don't want us feeling powerful in this game. But instead of bringing everything up and balancing it so that it's fair for players, they're just nerfing the things that everyone's running so that we have to try and find other builds, and survivability is not viable in this game. There is no build diversity at all, which they said would come into the game with Gear 2.0. They've had over a year to do this stuff now, so are we really going to sit there and say, oh yeah, but be patient, they're getting things done? No, they're not. They've had over a year to sort all of these balancing problems out. They've had such a long time now. And what makes it even worse is this is not the first game. If it was their first game, fair enough. They've got learning curves and stuff, but these are professional developers that have been making games for years. So there are nerfs coming to the things that we are using, like skill builds. They haven't been anywhere near as good in TU8 as they were in TU7. So again, they're not viable and nothing's being done to make them more viable. Survivability's not being buffed or anything like that. They're literally just nerfing the stuff that makes this game easier, makes it bearable. The ARs are getting a buff for damage to health, and this one makes no sense as well, because when they did some balancing and fine-tuning for the NPCs, they increased the NPCs' health. So alongside that, they should have buffed the damage to health for ARs then, but instead we're having to wait weeks and weeks for that sort of stuff to happen, or wait a week for it to happen when it should have happened with the NPC tuning. There are items coming into the game, well, they're already in the game, but these items are now going to roll a skill tier because they should have done that from the get-go, but again, they failed to develop the stuff properly. Hardwired is in their top 5 for gear sets, yet their fix for it recently didn't actually fix it. They again failed. Every single thing they try and do just doesn't work. They failed to fix Hardwired. True Patriot is being looked at in Title Update 8.5, but nothing is being done about the buff to get your armor back when you're shooting enemies for group play. So again, they're missing the bigger sort of things that are actually affecting players in a negative way. And I'd just like to point this out, when it comes to these developers and this game, they literally couldn't even balance a ruler on a flat table. It's that bad. And to kick players in the teeth even more, they are running a double XP event this week, the week they banned a lot of players or banned players. And not only that, if you wanted your Diamondback rifle, you're going to miss out for a few weeks, because Kenley College is open this week when players are banned as well, so they have literally just rubbed a shit ton of salt in the wounds. And then that is pretty much all of my coverage for State of the Game, but there's one thing I'd like to point out, and I don't really care what anyone says. If you're a fan of Wids, then I don't know why you're on my channel in the first place. Wids is a prick, he knows that, he knows I think that, I don't care. But I would like to point out that I believe he's on some form of a whitelist or something with the developers, like he's got some sneaky sort of inside sort of thing going on with the devs. Because if you look at the chat, I'm going to put the chat from the stream on the screen now, and you'll notice that whenever someone is putting ban Wids or rollback Wids in the State of the Game stream chat, they are instantly being removed by the moderators. The moderators were only doing it for people saying ban Wids. Anyone that was putting ban Wids or rollback Wids instantly got removed. Yet you could even put ban Born to Game. You could put ban whoever and the chat wouldn't be removed. Yet as soon as you mention Wids, that comment is gone. But I'm going to end the video there, and I want to know your thoughts, especially on the Wids thing. What do you think is going on there? Because there's something definitely fucking dodgy going on with that. Why are the mods prioritizing removing messages about Wids being banned and rolled back? This is State of the Game. This is a developer stream. Other players weren't being targeted. Like if someone said ban Born to Game, it wouldn't be removed. But as soon as it was Wids, that was it, gone. But I'm going to leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and all that good stuff in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you very soon with more Division 2 content. Thank you for watching.